It's already. Yeah, a whole house. In fact, they are here in studio. Mr. Moses Sheriff. Mr. Sheriff is the president. One of the. In fact, I don't know whether he's the embattled or whether he's the legitimate, and whether he's the fake president. Who don't know? Moses, good morning. Sheriff, Mr. Sheriff, good morning.
Good morning, Sorbor. Good morning, Tess. Good
Are you
morning.
the fake president or the?
I am the original president elected by the people of the National Board Authority.
Okay. Mr. Sapla Aaron. Mr. Aaron also is the vice president. Mr. Aaron for operations. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
And also Mr. Sons Kalon Dian. He's the secretary general. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you, sir. It's Sons Kelvin Dean.
Kelvin Dian. Okay. And Abel Dada Dawi. Dawi is the director, workers education. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now first let's hear from. I know we'll go into the controversial aspect of our discussion because I know it's very important for us to hear from all sides regarding what is happening. First, how is the Freeport of Monrovia under the acting DM, under the acting head?
Yeah, thank you very much, Sorbor. Well, I think the Freeport of Monrovia is doing well on the acting managing director, Madam Dana Nemo. You know, like the old saying goes, we applied a new mat on the old one. Dr. Bill Torway, he did extremely well. He did his best. He laid the platform, he laid the basis, he laid the foundation, and it's that foundation on which Madam Dana Nemo, is building on, is improving on. So basically, her few days in office, we had conversation with her, and we are very pleased with the conversation. What she told us, we are happy, so to speak, and we believe that we're gonna have a very good, working relationship.
Did she unpackage her plan and what she said her plan is?
Basically, like I said, Dr. Bill Torway, he employed a lot of people. This is a proper government, so the proper agenda is to improve lives, and it's the same thing she's going to do. In fact, she has meeting with the executive directors, she has meeting with the managers, and there's a planned meeting also to have a meeting with the general workforce. At the National Port Authority, we have three categories of employees. We had the executives, we had the middle manager, and we had the general workforce. So the general workforce that we represent, she's going to be, having conversation with them this week.
What are the workers thinking? Let me ask Sapla Aaron. What are the workers thinking about either retaining her as the managing director proper or maybe finding some other new? What are the workers thinking? Because you are with them every day and hearing from them.
Thank you very much, Sobo. As a matter of fact, the workers that we represent, the majority of the component of the workers that we represent are overwhelmingly willing and ready to work with Madam Dana Nemo, owing to the fact that Dr. Bill Twawit laid down the platform and she's willing, ready, and able to carry on those things that were laid down by her predecessor. So if for any reason Dr. Bill Twawit does not go back at the National Port Authority as the managing director proper, and the president decides to retain her, the workers that we are representing from all corridor of that institution, they are willing also to work along her.
So she's sitting pretty, you think?
Obviously, with the support that we are seeing from every angle of that institution, she is sitting pretty.
Let's hear from you, Dan, regarding the update of the Port Clinic project. What's the status of it now?
Yeah. Anyway, thank you again, Sober, for the invitation. And with the issue of the port clinic, we are very much on par. We've completed major works, all cement work and the zinc project process and the painting and all of that. All that is needed to do now is the dedication. So We are into
So it has been completed now?
exactly as I speak to you.
100%.
It's completed 100%. So we are in conversation with the acting managing director to set a specific date, which we are hoping may be at the end of this month, anytime in the period of this month, to do the dedication process of the port clinic.
Now, how much did it cost the union to construct such a clinic, Mr. President?
Yeah, so well, like you said, is the clinic was there. Is we did a refurbishing of it. So approximately, I can't really place my head on the exact figure now, right? But it cost pretty good amount, pretty good amount.
Now, let's hear from you, Mr. Dowie. How are the workers? How are they responding to the construction of a clinic for them?
Thank you, Mr. George. In Liberia, everybody love good thing and everybody want to see better men in life. So definitely the constructions or rehabilitations of this clinic is a boost. It's a boost to the National Port Authority. The workers are engaged and they are very happy with such a unique opportunity they have had, because the issue of health, is a challenging situation in Liberia, and everybody want to see better men for themselves.
So they are all impressed.
Very, very impressed.
Now, you should be celebrating, and let me hear from the president. You should be celebrating your 50th anniversary or existence as a dock workers union. What are you planning in terms of looking back at where you came from and where you are now?
Yeah, the Dock Workers Union, like the other day we were on the show, we informed the public that the Dock Workers Union graduated from an association to a union. The Dock Workers Union itself was established 1972. Our forefathers that used to work in the port, they had a vision that, look, we cannot just be working here. We need to unite ourselves so that we can protect and defend our right. So in that, they struggled for 24 years. And in 1996, they were able to get a union started through the first president of the Dock Workers Union, Honorable Joseph D. Toba. So going forward now, from 1972 all the way to 2022 is exact 50 years. And the Dock Workers Union, was certificated on the 15th day of March 1996. So, the 15th day of November, rather. The 15th day of November 1996. So, November 15, going to mark our Golden Jubilee.
Okay.
So, we are in conversation with the port users, with the Truckers Association and other relevant users of the port, that this day needs to be celebrated, because this is our heritage. This is what we have. This is what our forefathers fought for. So we cannot sit supinely and let this day pass. 50 years, it's not a small year, it's not 10 years, it's not.
So how are you planning to mark the day?
Well, the program committee is right now at work. We have started to put pen to paper to see the best, but I can assure you it's going to be big. In fact, it's going to be big to the point where we will discuss with our management if we're going to invite our top government official, if possible, even the president is going to be invited to that program, because the president, for example, he's a downtrodden. He came from the slum. Those that used to work in the port, they were all people from the slum. So this is part of their vision. The Dock Workers Union is part of the vision of slum dwellers. So if such a union have attained 50 years, half a century, we just need to invite those who share the same vision with us to come and celebrate.
Okay, gentlemen, I know I start to just beat around the bush until we can get to the actual reason for which I invited all of you, because we were hearing about noise now popping up at the port, especially within the dock workers union. We heard that one Jackie Doe is claiming the presidency, while you are also claiming that you are the legitimate president of the dock workers union. What is happening? Let me hear from you, Mr. President.
Yeah, so but to tell you the truth, this is even laughable. Yeah, this is laughable in the sense that the dog worker union is not just any kind of union. It's a union that is established by our forefather to defend and protect the right of employees. And this dog worker union is a member of the International Labour Organization, is also a member of the RTF. And Dog Workers Union was the one that brought RTF in this country through the leadership of the former president, Madam Grace Kpan. Now, this organization has a constitution, and the constitution is very clear that in order to have a leadership, not only the presidency, but in order to be a leader, we have 10 positions, including standing committees in the Dog Workers Union. So in order to occupy any of those positions, you must be an employee of the National Port Authority.
Okay. You must.
You must be an employee of the National Port Authority. And Miss Jackie N.W. Doe happens to be one of the former president of the Dog Workers Union. When Grace Kpan left, another president came by the name of Joma Keseli. When Joma left, that was how Jackie Doe became president. Jackie Doe became president, and she served her term. And her tenure expired. This is not
How many years did she serve?
3 years.
Okay.
This is not a secret. That's why I say it's laughable. It's just unthinkable that after she has served her tenure, and another leadership was ushered in, another lady by the name of Vera Hoos, her tenure expired, that I succeeded. Do you see the trend? Now, after Vera Hoos, and I came in the picture now, and this lady is still parading around that she is the president of the Dog Workers Union.
Okay, let's Era help a bit. Let me hear from Era. Era, why do you think what is happening within the Dock Workers Union?
Thank you very much. The fact of the matter is that Jackie actually served as president of the Dog Workers Union. At the time she served in that capacity, she was elected in the year 2016, and she went 2 years because of some level of violation against the workings of the National Port Authority. She was dismissed.
She was dismissed?
Obviously. Thereby leaving the position vacant. Of course, Vera Woods had to come in. She was elected duly, because the position was declared vacant. So she was elected president. Now, when she came out, she went and dubiously organized an institution outside of the port, violating the constitution that guides this particular institution, which says that to serve in any capacity at that level of the National Port Authority Dog Workers Union,
you must be an
employee.
Okay.
She is not an employee anymore. She's outside of the port. But because when she was serving as president for the 2 years, she connected herself with some international partners and the rest of them. When she came outside, she decided to form the institution outside of the port, thereby violating the constitution that guides this institution.
Now, then you are responsible for record keeping. You are the chief scribe of the institution. How is this, Rickman role over leadership issue? How is it affecting the operation of the institution and linking you with the workers union with the workers as well?
Sorbor, to be very frank with you, if I may put it this way, the dubious representation of Jackie has affected the workforce indirectly and directly, and it has the propensity to lead the workforce into a situation that she may get herself engulfed with tomorrow. Now, Jackie represents the Dog Workers Union into places, goes to conferences under the umbrella of the union. Tomorrow, there is only, in the first place, let me establish that there is only one Dog Workers Union, and that Dog Workers Union is within the premises of the National Port Authority. Tomorrow, we are afraid, and that is our biggest fear, that Jackie may ill represent this union somewhere, and when there is a trouble tomorrow by her representation of things she do by her actions, it is the only place that people will refer, or the only place that people will refer to in order to address whatever misrepresentation she does out there will be the National Port Authority. That is our biggest fear. But with the issue of Jackie impersonation, you know, Sorbor.
You think she's impersonating?
Of course. And I'm
She
not
doesn't
mincing
have
my
any
words.
legitimacy at all?
I'm not mincing my words. And I say that my reliance is based on the court ruling. During our process of election, during our electionary period, Jackie went to court under the pretense that she is the president and that she is not aware of an election that is taking place in the court. So after our elections, Jackie took us to court, and we went to court for over 4 months, and the court ruled that Jackie had no legitimacy and was incapacitated to be president of the Dog Workers Union of Liberia for the fact that she is not an employee, which the court speaks to the issue of our constitution, for the fact that she was dismissed and she is no longer in the employ. Jackie had no legitimacy to the Dog Workers Union. So after that process, we decided to communicate that court ruling to the Ministry of Labor. The Ministry of Labor that controls all labor matters within the Republic of Liberia. And to our utmost dismay, the ministry for some months now, since May, have been playing games with our communications.
The ministry playing games? What
Of
do you mean?
course, the ministry have been playing games with our communications. We've communicated several letters to that ministry that have never been redressed, that have never been responded to until September last week, when the ministry decided to pay a little attention by calling a conference.
Okay, let me hold you there and speak with the communication person, the guy who speaks on behalf of the ministry, Kotu Yinabo. Kotu, good morning and welcome to the Super Morning Show.
Morning, Mr. George, and morning to our colleagues in studio there.
Your colleagues in studio. Now, let me hear from the ministry. You are on record. How many presidents of the Dock Workers Union that you know about?
Sorbor, according to Chapter 37.1 of the Decent Work Act of Liberia, which is the labor law of the Republic of Liberia, all workplace union must have a national union. So as far as the Ministry of Labor is concerned, there is only one Dock Worker Union.
Which is headed by?
At the moment, it is headed by the by Honorable Jackie Doe, which is currently being battled by the gentleman in studio.
But Mr. Yinabo, on what grounds are you referring to Jackie as the legitimate president of the Dock Workers Union when Jackie is not in the employ of the NPA anymore?
Chapter 37.1 of the labor law clearly defines the role of the national union and the workplace union. So as we speak, the Dock Worker Union has 3 locus. That is the People Worker Union, which those gentlemen represent, is dog worker local number 1. You have the APM Terminal Workers Union that is dog worker local number 2. Number 3. So this gone week, we had a very successful social dialogue meeting with them. And
Now,
something from,
now let me ask you, Mr. Yinabo, who is Jackie representing as president? Because by right, when you are serving as the national president of the Dog Workers Union, you should be representing the employees. So who is she representing now? She's not even an employee of the entity anymore.
the law clearly states that when you are a national union president, you don't have to be an employee of the institution. In fact, you must not be an employee of the institution. The law is sensible to the fact that as a national union, you are the collective bargaining agent of the local union. So you cannot be in the employ of the institution to go and bargain on behalf, to go to a bargain table with the very management that you represent her workers.
Now, Mr. Yinabo, aside from that, Jackie, understand they all went to court and the court ruled against Jackie that she can she cannot be the president of the workers union anymore. Rather, the court has given legitimacy to to Mr. Sheriff, who is currently the president of the dog workers union. So, are you saying that the ministry is showing blind eyes and ignoring the court ruling? Is that what you're saying?
There are a lot of claims and counter claims. And if the gentleman in the studio can admit, they all have accepted, including the other 2 unions, the APM Terminal Workers Union and that of the Restarter Worker Unions, they all have agreed that in order to amicably bring this situation to an end, because at the result...
You are not answering the question I'm asking you, Mr. Yinabo. Is the Ministry of Labor against what the court has ruled? Are you saying you are undoing what the court decided that you do? Is that what you're saying?
The Ministry of Labor is an institution that is law abiding, and you know that our ministry...
But if you are law abiding, Mr. Yinabo, if you are law abiding, there was a ruling by the courts, and that should be what you should be supporting or defending or protecting. Rather, you are protecting something else.
I just said that the union, the dog worker union, the national union is comprised of 3 local unions. The NPA workers union that you are talking with there, they are just one.
But the court didn't see it that way. The court gave legitimacy to Mr. Sheriff and not anybody else.
Mr. Sheriff in the studio there have agreed, including in collaboration with the other 2 unions, that in order to bring